Liora was a kingdom of unmatched wealth. Its golden castles and grand palatial structures stood as a testament to its immense riches. The kingdom was a sight to behold, with every corner gleaming with the luster of gold. Gold flowed from its mines like rivers, a never-ending stream of wealth that seemed to promise prosperity and happiness to all its inhabitants. Jewels glittered in every palace, adorning the walls and ceilings, reflecting the light in a dazzling display. The opulence was overwhelming, a constant reminder of the kingdom's vast fortune. The people of Liora, however, wore not smiles but frowns. Despite the wealth that surrounded them, their hearts were heavy with a sense of emptiness and discontent. Their faces, though surrounded by riches, were etched with worry and discontent. The glittering gold and sparkling jewels could not mask the sorrow that lay within their hearts. They had forgotten the simple joys of life, blinded by their own golden cage. The pursuit of wealth had consumed them, leaving little room for happiness or contentment. Each day the king counted his riches, believing that more gold meant more happiness. He was convinced that the kingdom's prosperity was the key to its people's joy. He believed that more gold meant more happiness. The king's obsession with wealth blinded him to the true needs of his people. But the treasure chests, though overflowing, could not buy laughter or love. The riches that filled the kingdom's coffers were powerless to bring true joy to its people. The king, too, felt the emptiness within his heart. Surrounded by wealth, he was isolated and lonely, unable to find solace in the riches that he had amassed. He longed to see his people smile, but his own desire for wealth had blinded him to their true needs. The king's heart ached as he watched his subjects, knowing that their unhappiness was a reflection of his own misguided priorities. The kingdom of Liora, despite its golden sheen, was a kingdom starved for joy. The wealth that should have brought prosperity had instead brought a deep sense of dissatisfaction and longing. It had yet to learn that true wealth lay not in what you possessed, but in what you gave. The simple acts of kindness and generosity were the true treasures that could bring happiness to the kingdom. It was a kingdom on the brink of forgetting the very essence of life, love, kindness and compassion. The people of Liora needed to rediscover these values to find true happiness and fulfillment. Slowly, the people began to realize that their true wealth lay in their relationships with one another. They started to share their riches, not just in gold, but in love and kindness. As they embraced these values, the kingdom of Liora began to transform. The once disheartened faces now glowed with genuine smiles, and the kingdom, though still rich in gold, became even richer in joy and contentment. The king, too, found happiness in the joy of his people. He realized that true leadership meant caring for the well-being of his subjects, not just amassing wealth. The golden kingdom of Liora had finally discovered the true essence of wealth. It was not in the gold that filled their coffers, but in the love, kindness and compassion that filled their hearts. In the heart of Liora, amidst the golden grandeur, lived a man named Eamon. Unlike his fellow citizens, Eamon did not yearn for riches. He lived simply in a small cottage, content with what he had. Eamon found joy in helping others, offering a kind word or a helping hand whenever he could.
True wealth is not measured in gold, but in the good we do for others.
Eamon believed in the power of a smile, the warmth of a shared meal, and the strength of community. His words, though simple, held a profound truth that the kingdom of Liora had forgotten. Though he lived a modest life, Eamon was the richest man in Liora. He possessed the wisdom to see that true happiness stemmed from compassion and generosity, not from material possessions. While others chased after fleeting riches, Eamon nurtured the true treasures of life, love, kindness, and the well-being of his community. One day a weary traveller arrived at Liora. The town was known far and wide for its bustling markets and grandiose architecture, a place where merchants and nobles alike flaunted their wealth. The traveller, however, was not drawn by the allure of riches or the promise of luxury. His journey had a deeper purpose. He carried with him nothing but a worn knapsack and a small pouch. The knapsack held the bare essentials for survival, while the pouch contained something far more precious. The traveller had walked many miles, through forests and over mountains, driven by a mission that few could understand. The people of Liora, accustomed to judging worth by outward appearances, paid him little attention. They were too busy haggling over prices and flaunting their own wealth to notice the quiet man who walked among them. To them, he was just another wanderer, another face in the crowd. The traveller, however, carried within his pouch a treasure more valuable than any jewel in the king's vault. An ancient golden coin. This coin was not just a piece of metal. It was a relic from a bygone era, imbued with a history and power that few could comprehend.
This was no ordinary coin. Its surface was etched with intricate designs and symbols, each telling a story of its own. The coin had passed through many hands over the centuries, each owner adding to its legend. Legend held that it had the power to bring great fortune, but not in the way the people of Liora might imagine. It was said that the coin could reveal hidden truths and unlock doors to opportunities that were invisible to the untrained eye. But its true power lay in something far more profound. It was said that the coin would reveal its true value only to one who understood the real meaning of wealth, the wealth of the heart. This was a lesson that many in Liora had forgotten, caught up as they were in the pursuit of material riches. The traveler knew that his quest was not just about finding someone who could unlock the coin's potential, but also about reminding the people of Liora of this timeless truth.
The traveller, drawn by the tales of Liora's riches, had come seeking the one person who could unlock the coin's true potential. He had heard stories of a wise elder who lived in the heart of the kingdom, a person who was said to possess the wisdom and compassion needed to understand the coin's true value. He believed that within the heart of the kingdom, however lost it may seem, there must be someone who still remembered the true value of compassion and generosity. As he walked through the bustling streets, he observed the people around him, looking for signs of kindness and empathy. He knew that his journey was far from over, but he was determined to find the one who could help him unlock the ancient coin's true power. And in doing so, perhaps he could help the people of Liora rediscover the wealth that lay within their own hearts. News of the traveller and his golden coin reached the king. Intrigued, the king summoned the traveller to the palace. The king's advisors gathered around, their eyes gleaming with avarice. They debated endlessly about how to best use the coin's supposed power.
"We should add it to the royal treasury," declared the royal treasurer. "It will increase the kingdom's wealth tenfold." "No, we should use it to fund our armies," boomed the general. "We will be invincible."
The king listened, his brow creased with indecision. He too was tempted by the promise of more gold, more power, but deep down he longed for something more, something that gold could not buy. It was then that Eamon, who had been quietly listening, stepped forward.
Your Majesty, he said, his voice calm and steady. True wealth lies not in hoarding riches, but in using them to alleviate suffering and spread joy.
Eamon's words struck a chord with the king. The king, known for his wisdom and compassion, had always sought ways to better the lives of his people. Eamon, a humble and wise old man, had served the kingdom for many years, offering counsel and guidance. His words carried weight, and the king knew that this was a moment to act. He decided to entrust the coin to Eamon, believing in the wisdom of the old man. The coin was not just a piece of gold, it was a symbol of trust, hope, and the potential for change. The king's decision was a testament to his belief in the power of compassion and the importance of helping those in need.
"Find the one who needs it most, Eamon," the king said, his voice filled with conviction. The king's eyes met Eamon's, and in that moment, a silent understanding passed between them. This was not just a task, it was a mission, a journey to uncover the true essence of wealth and prosperity. Use it to remind us all of the true meaning of wealth. Wealth, the king believed, was not measured by the amount of gold one possessed, but by the impact one had on the lives of others. Eamon nodded, understanding the gravity of his mission. He knew that this journey would be challenging, but it was a challenge he was ready to embrace.
And so, Eamon embarked on a journey throughout the kingdom of Liora. His path took him through bustling towns and quiet villages, across rolling hills and dense forests. Each step he took was a step towards understanding the true needs of the people he served. He carried the golden coin not as a treasure to be hoarded, but as a seed of hope to be planted where it was needed most. The coin was a beacon, a reminder of the king's trust and the potential for change. Eamon knew that the true value of the coin lay in its ability to bring hope and relief to those who needed it most. He encountered many souls burdened by misfortune. A farmer struggling to feed his family after a drought, his fields barren and dry. The farmer's eyes were filled with despair, but Eamon saw a glimmer of hope in his determination to keep going. A weaver whose loom had broken, her livelihood hanging by a thread. She sat by her broken loom, tears in her eyes, but her hands still moved with the memory of her craft, a testament to her resilience. A family who had lost their home to a fire, their lives reduced to ashes. They stood amidst the ruins, holding each other close, their faces marked by sorrow, but also by an unyielding spirit. Each person he met had a story of hardship, a tale of loss. Their stories were etched in their faces in the lines of worry and the shadows of grief. But Eamon listened, offering not just the coin, but his understanding and compassion. Yet, amidst their struggles, Eamon also witnessed sparks of resilience, acts of kindness, and whispers of hope. He saw neighbors helping each other, sharing what little they had. He saw children laughing, despite the hardships, their spirits unbroken. He realized that the true wealth of Liora resided not in its gold mines, but in the hearts of its people. The strength of the kingdom lay in its community, in the bonds of love and support that held it together. Eamon's journey was a testament to the power of compassion, a reminder that true wealth is found in the connections we make